Guys, welcome to my channel. I am Hope and this is Life with Hope. If you're new here, welcome honey, welcome my sweetie, welcome my honeys. You're very much welcome to this wonderful family. We're glad you joined the family. Okay, to my returning subscribers, welcome back honeys, welcome back my sweeties. Welcome. Thank you guys, and if you haven't subscribed and just watching this video, what are you waiting for? Please do subscribe, please do comment, please do hit the notification bell somewhere here below. That will notify you every time I upload new videos. Okay, so as you can see by the title below, it is story time. You know it's about to go down. You know it's protocol. We always have our drink. I won't say what drink it is, but it is a drink. We always have our drink, honey. Hey, what's today's story time? And I don't have on lashes, and because I lost my lashes, I lost them. I don't know where I put them, but hey, we move, we work with what we have. Okay, cool. So as you can see by the title below, is story time, and today's story time is Mom. If you're gonna watch this is just for content. I never did anything that I'm gonna mention here, okay? But anyway, so let me stop rambling and get to the story, okay? So this was back in 2013, right after I had my son. It was around June. It was winter. In early winter, bazalwane. It was winter, so me and my friend Molly, you guys know Molly. Me and Molly has we've been me and Molly we've been through the most together. Like, you know, we've done things, so many things. A lot of my things I've done with Molly. If you know, if you've watched my what's that? If you've watched my previous story time, you know that me and Molly has we've been okay. So well, so this was back in 2013, right after my son, around June. I think my son was now 4 months. He was 4 months, if not, yeah, he was 4 months, 6 months more. So obviously I was still in school, and Molly was a grade higher than me. So she was doing grade 11. I was still doing grade 10 because I had left school. You know, I by the time school I dropped out of school because I wasn't coping with my pregnancy. I wasn't okay. So I was like, you know what, I'm dropping out of school. So I had returned this year, 2013. I returned back to grade 10, obviously, because I won't be in grade 11. I didn't pass. I didn't do in my assignment. I didn't, you know. So I returned to grade 10. So I, it was those times that ready to go, mix it, pep talk food was free. Those times started to go back in our days, back in my times to go mix it pep talk toilet. So toilet and pep talk were free website where you could chat and just chat to your friends like Facebook, but it doesn't have an app, right? So cool to go ahead and add. So my friend Molly had to go. I didn't have a phone back then, mixing a phone. So Molly had a phone, and she used to chat on to go, and to go back then, to go net. Let's see, I don't know now if it still exists, but to go back then had, it's where you find your blessers, your those old guys who like school kids. That's where you find them. That was like a dating site, if I may put it that way. So Molly had to go, and I didn't have a phone. Molly had a phone. So Molly started talking to this guy. Apparently, the guy was in school also, so she was still a learner, so everything was fine. So, as you know, me and Molly, we plan things a week before it actually happened. Fine. Um, Molly comes to me in the day. She's like, "Yo, Chomi, yazi corner this guy on to go. He wants us to go to movies and blah blah blah, and I don't want to go alone. And can you come with?" I'm like, "Okay, cool." First mistake, I didn't ask Uguti when. Okay, when. Okay, she's like, "No, I'm now." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I let it be. And then the next day she reminds me, she's like, "I don't know what's wrong with my toe." Spill myself. So I'm like, "Cool, cool, we can go, fine." And then the next day she reminds me, "Uguti, show me, this guy is serious. He's saying, Uguti, we can panda imali yoguza. Basically, we can hustle for transport money to go meet him, and then he'll bring us back. He'll give us money to come back." I'm like, "Okay." First of all, nah, my mom didn't give me money, didn't give me lunch money. If she gave me lunch money, it was 5 rand. And 5 rand back then was a lot. A lot, you could buy a lot. I could buy go there for 50, and then I'll be left with a 50 cent, and then I buy an ice. Cool. So I didn't have a problem with. I'm like, "Chomi, but how? You know?" I'm like, "Chomi, but how? Because you know what me that my mom doesn't give me money." She's like, "No, don't worry. I'll hustle in my yoguya, and um they'll bring us back." I'm like, "Cool." I'm like, "Okay, fine. Where are we meeting these guys first? You know?" So this guy was gonna come with his friend because Molly told him, "Guti, no, I'm coming with my friend. I won't come alone, cause you know." And mind you, Molly is familiar with town. So town, which will be Johannesburg CBD, Kotopo. She's familiar with Kotopo. Nah, I've only been to town with my parents, and would only go to Plaza. And they will not go deep down Benekanto, go Tropong, go small street. No, Nerigcina go Plaza, because my mom used to shop go Perkadin for our Christmas clothes. So Nerigcina go Plaza. That's how far I knew town. Fine. She's like, "No, we're going to town. I know where we're gonna meet this guy in shop." Molly not telling me, Gucci, she's only familiar with small street in town. She doesn't know like everywhere. Obviously, you cannot know everywhere go town, but you know the way she spoke, it was like she knew the ins and outs of Kotopo. I'm like, "Okay, come show me." Cool, no problem. So this is always the Tuesday, Wednesday more. So we plan. Molly hustles, asks for money from her mom. Uthi, "No, mom, ngicela imali 1 2 3 1 2 3. I want to pay for this 1 2 3 1 2 3." Mina, I'm relaxed. I don't even hustle for money because Molly knows my situation. Molly knows how strict my parents are. So she doesn't. She's like, "No, Chomi, I've got everything covered. Don't worry. Don't worry, boo boo. Don't worry. I got you." Because she's my girl, I trusted her. I was like, "Okay, Chomi, you got me. It's cool, fine." She's like, "I got you, cool, it's fine." I'm like, "Okay, Chomi, cool. Just make sure that you got the money, and then now sort out my outfit." And then she tells me the next day, we come back to school. She tells me, "Guti, we have to meet with them on Friday because obviously you can't leave Saturday going. Where would you say you're going?" You know, because my parents didn't allow me to go out. They were like, "Miss, we don't roll like that. If you're going out, you're gonna tell me who you're going out with. I'm gonna take you there, and I need, I want you to, like, where you going, there has to be a parent, you know. Like, I have to call that parent. So my mom was that hectic, she still is, but now she's better because I'm much older. So she's like, okay. She's like, when actually, don't worry, sort out your outfit in. So we plan our outfits. I remember my daughter. I prepared my white short pen and my purple vest and this beretenyana a purple and the stockings and my sneakers. I took out all my, this is, I'm at home now after school, so this is when Thursday. I took out my books, I hid them under the bed. Mind you, I'm staying with my grandmom. So everything I do has to be passed by my parents first. So my grandmother, if I ask her to say, can I please go here and here, she'd be like, call your parents, tell them. If they agree, you can go. My grandmother didn't have stress. They didn't have nasna stress. Nasna stress. She was, my grandmom, so chill. She still is. So she's like, if they agree, you can go in. So I didn't even bother asking her. So I hid my school books under the bed. I took out everything in my school bag. I put my outfit. I put my outfit. So the plan was, I put my outfit inside the bag, even the shoes that I'm gonna wear. So the plan was, we're gonna ke tlo tswa ka re ke ya sekolong. Saying ke tlo tswa ka re ke ya sekolong, usual time. I'm wearing my uniform. I take my bag. You know, that was the plan. Even Molly, Gobona, Natlota Jalo, because Moha obviously like, why are you wearing a short pen and you're going to school? This is a school day, ma'am. Her mother didn't really have a problem her going out, but the fact that it was a school day, it was a Friday, was supposed to be at school. Me and Molly are not planning to go to school, honey. Oh no, 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 no. We didn't plan to go to school. We didn't even care about the homeworks. Like, nothing. So I prepare my stuff at home. I hide my school bag after putting the clothes and what. I go about my day and do my chores. And then Molly's doing the same thing on her other side. She's preparing her shopping, her vest, a black hat, shades, honey, stock. With those outfits, we thought that we slayed. We thought that we slayed. Looking at those pictures now, I'm like, what was I thinking? What were we even thinking? I mean, look at us. We looked a mess. We looked a mess. And but back then we thought good job. Nah, never sharp. Like, we cool. And I was like 19. Not 19, I was 18. We thought good, yo, I looked cool with my abo sisum budunkwebe. Like, I prepared everything. And back then I didn't really do makeup, so I prepared those things. Cool. I do about my chores, I do everything, and then I go to sleep. I can't really sleep because I'm thinking with you, okay, tomorrow, for the first time, I'm gonna go to town. Go Jozi, go Johannesburg CBD. I'm gonna go to town. You know, I'm gonna be that girl. That girl. What's around town? Little did I know. Little did I know. So, it's Friday in the morning. I wake up like normal time, 6. I prepare myself. By after 6, I was done. I was preparing my son. I put everything there. Told my grandmother, "See, this is what," because my grandmother was the one taking care of my son when I go to school. So I prepare everything for him, clothes. In my grandmother knew fairly so, but that day I was like, you know what? I felt good. Let me prepare for him. Let me put everything nearby so that my grandmother can reach easily, so that she doesn't have to struggle. And my son didn't breastfeed, so I didn't breastfeed him. He was on a formula. So I prepared the formula. I cooked porridge. By after 6, I was done with everything. I was just waiting for it. 7, sharp as 7. And by 10 to 7, that's the time we agreed with Moluti. I'm gonna get out of the house, and I'll find her waiting by the corner by my house. Sharp, sharp. I didn't ask her the day before, which is does she have money for transport already, for us to go there. But I trusted her because I know that she always comes through. She always comes through, so I trusted her. I'm like, that's my girl. She has me. She always comes through, so I don't have to stress. I don't have to worry about this. So 10 to 7, I say my goodbyes to my grandmother, kiss my son, I go. And some vag ka kopana le ena mo ko corner. So my house go Soweto State Park. It's by the main road. So it's by the main road where we take taxis. When I get out the yard, I can literally see taxis passing. So, and I told Moluti, we can't take a taxi, yeah, by my house because people know me by my house. They will say, why are you not going to school? Why are you taking a taxi? Because your school is a walking distance. You don't need to be taking a taxi. So they'll be like, they'll be suspicious, okay? They'll be suspicious. So we agreed. Then we walked. We walked from my house to go Island. If you know Snake Park, you know Island, where Island is. We walked to Island. That's where we'll find other taxis that will take us to town. Okay. So, so on our way walking there, on our way walking there, I still can't believe that I did that. On our way walking there, we bumped into our schoolmates, our classmates. They're like, where are you going that way? Your school is that way. But they didn't ask us, and we didn't care. We didn't care. Because really, we had a reputation at school. These girls don't listen from the previous year, we don't listen. So we didn't care. No. So they just passed us. They were like, we're still wearing our uniform. So we passed by the bridge. We have to pass by the bridge in order to reach the main road by the Go Island. So we like there's some bushes there, and we like actually people are gonna be it's gonna be suspicious ukuthi why are we going to Jozi ka uniform ya go Tulane while Tulane is around here in the walking distance. Everybody knows where Tulane is, so it'll be suspicious. Let's just change here, and there are no people passing by, so they won't see us. And it's literally we'll hide here by the bushes and change and wear outfits so that it won't be suspicious. Fine. I came up with that. Let's change. Because I saw the stairs we were getting. So I'm like, I'll change him, girl, because I can't deal with people looking at me and be like, where this kid's going? Where this kid's going? They'll be late for school. School is that way, it's back there, and they're going that direction. They're not going in that direction where the school is. So let her change him, girl. Have a change. And we're like, okay, fine. So we put our bags there, we take off our jerseys, and then some guy passes and he looks at us and we look at him and like, and then he passes and we're like, show me fast, fast now. That's pizza bolt. How change it fast. We changed. I wear my white chopin and my purple oh I wore my stockings, black stockings, my black stockings. I wore my white shirt. I wore my purple vest, and then I tucked it in, and that shirt was short, like my butt cheeks were out. Ask me why, I'll tell you. I don't know why, but my butt cheeks, oh, my butt cheeks were out. Ask me why. I don't know, but why I chose that outfit. It was my go-to outfit back then. So we like, okay, fine. We change. Molly wore her denim short. Oh my god, her denim short with her black stockings, also with a black vest, and we wore those beret. The beret ne di kene ka nako beret tse tsa knit tsa ho knit tsa ba di knittileng di na le masoba. So if I have a picture of that of beret eo ke tla e beha somewhere here if I do have, but I'll look for it. I'll put it somewhere here so you'll see what you know what. It was hard, it was hectic. We wore our berets, we wore our shades. Ask me, why did we wear shades 7 a.m.? There's no sun yet. Like, it wasn't even that sunny, but we felt the need to wear shades. The Google, we wore those. And I wore my earrings. And I remember I had this white top because it was a bit chilly, cold. It was cold, not chilly. Cold. It was winter. It was cold. I had on my short pant. I had the crop top thingy on top that it was white. I loved the Jozi. It was white. It was a crop top thing. Can I go bit a stomach out? So need my white, my purple vest and my handless. So it was a crop top. So I wore it and it had a hoodie. I wore a hoodie on top of my beret. Guys, I don't know king beret ka school. Kapa ke yona beret, I don't know. But I wore my the thingy, yeah, jersey on top of the beret. We packed everything, we took our school bags. And mind you, back then the taxi was by my kasi by where we usually take taxis by my house. It was 11 rand, and then by island it was 10 rand. So we had saved our 2 rands, so we had 22 rand. We had 22 rand. We had no return money. We had no return money. We had 22 rand, so we had saved our 2 rands. We had saved our 2 rands by taking the taxi go island. Fine, fine. We took a taxi and the the 2 rand. I don't know what we did with it. I think we bought sweets or we bought halls for breath because we didn't wanna like have bed breath and whatever. So we bought the halls. But at 20 the halls in the Santa shilling, 2 shilling. I feel old. I really feel old. It was 2 shilling. So we took the taxi and we vibed to town. I just said any Molly. Molly. Molly was busy texting the guys. So like we are on the way in. The guy was like, okay, cool, no problem. I didn't pay interest in the chat. I was just watching the way. I was just happy with yo. I'm finally going to town by myself. By myself. And I knew for sure that we are not going to Plaza. And Plaza Iko Mayfair, guys. Plaza Iko Mayfair. Not Benekant go Jozi. Iko Mayfair. So now I knew Mayfair because I used to go to Crash Go Mayfair. So next again. So by the age of 18, I didn't know town and excited which Jozi. So I was so excited. Fine. We go now. I'm looking at the road. I'm like amazed, like, oh my god, I'm happy. My heart is I'm happy, man. I'm happy. Yo. Jozi, but for the first time, I'll be a grown woman. Jozi I'm a grown woman. So we arrived to town by 9 a.m. Fine. So I'm like amazed with you. For the first time, Kiko Jozi alone without my parents. I'm excited. I'm ecstatic. Like I'm like jumping. My heart is jumping with joy. Like, yeah, I'm a woman. I'm a grown woman. That was me. Right? Cool. Cool. It was me. I was happy. So those guys, they made us wait like 30 minutes. Now I'm starting to get stressed. We see what if these guys don't pitch and we don't have money to go back? What are we gonna do? Hmm? What are we gonna do? Hi, Molly's like, don't worry, they'll be here. I'm talking to him. They're on the way. In. So the guys get here 30 minutes late after waiting 30 minutes. People looking at us like, why are these kids wearing this type of clothes? What are they doing here this time? They're supposed to be at school, right? Why are they wearing this type of clothes? Why bana I very so basically, because they're supposed to be at school. These kids, they babona ban sharp. So they get them. They are wearing school uniform, purple and white school uniform, looking like I don't know, purple rainbow threw up on them. So they get there. So I'm gonna name other guys, Daki and Brownie, because the guy who essentially invited Molly was Daki, was Dak. So I'll call him Daki, and the other guy was Brownie. Just makes sense to call them that. So they get there and they're wearing uniforms. They're wearing school uniform, full school uniform with a blazer and a tie, and their shoes were so shiny. Like they're prepared to go to school, but they knew that they're not going to school. Why would they dress up like that to go? Like it didn't make sense because they made plans. Sharp, they get there. So now I will have to go to this place. They take us to this cinema, or should I call it cinema? I don't know what I should call it, because that place was so dodgy. First of all, it was so dodgy. And yeah, I've never been to a cinema before until that particular time. I don't know if we should call that place a cinema or what, but we walk there and it's still closed. It's still closed. So it's 9:30. It's still closed. So it opens at 10 a.m. So we wait for 30 minutes. So they introduce themselves. Daki introduced himself to me. Okay, I'm Daki, and I tell him my name, and obviously him and Molly know each other. And then Brownie introduced himself to me. I'm Brownie, and then I tell him my name, and then I keep quiet. I don't speak. I'm annoyed. I'm hungry now. I'm hungry. I left home. I didn't eat. I am hungry now. Okay, I'm hungry. So I keep quiet. I'm annoyed. You guys. First of all, you guys kept us waiting for 30 minutes. Like we communicated when we got into the text, which we are on our way. You should have walked there and waited for us. Be gentlemen, at least. Okay. So I was annoyed. I was like, these guys, I'm not even gonna entertain them. I mean, I'm just happy with I'm in town without my parents for the first time. Okay, cool. So we wait there, and the place finally opens. We go inside. Guys, that place was so dodgy. We had to like it was a basement kind of thing. But class, we went downstairs. Is it downstairs? Yeah, we went downstairs. It was so dark. I was so scared. I was like, what if I die in here? I don't even know these guys. And Molly doesn't even know them. This was the first time she meets with this guy. They only know each other on to go phone couch head. So what? Why are we going to such a dark place? It was so dark. It was so dark. And it cost only 30 rand to watch 2 movies. So we entered. That's why it was so dodgy. 30 rand to watch 2 movies. So we got in. Obviously the movie hasn't started because they have to prepare and everything, whatnot. So meanwhile they were preparing, the guys went out to buy us food. I was like, oh, at least they're going to buy us food. So I kept on talking to Mola. I was like, what kind of cinema is this? I know I haven't been to a cinema, but this, guys, I haven't been to a cinema until I was 19. I'll call that place a cinema. Because I don't know what to call it, but it was so dodgy. It was so dodgy. I think they played movies that were not out yet, unreleased movies. So yeah, and some the movies that we watched, they didn't even air to the TV. I don't remember watching them go TV. The last time I watched those movies were in the place was in the place. I don't know. I don't know, but yeah. So they went to buy food and they came back with food, and I was happy. I was dancing with your food, and I became better because I was really starting to get irritated. Even when they talk, I was like irritated. It was like, what, what? Okay, cool. Um, the first movie played. I think I fell asleep during that movie because it was a martial art movie. I didn't care. I fell asleep on Molly's shoulder, and then I woke up and the movie was finished, and I think it was around 12:30. So we had 30 minutes to go, stock up on food again. They went to buy snacks in. See, now we were happy because we were getting such treatment. We're getting food, we're watching movies. This was my first time Kiliko Town. Yes, I'm gonna say it. This was the first time Kiliko Town alone without my parents. The only place I've been to town, Kiko Plaza, Ko Mayfair. I've never been to one small street, Bokai, no. Bopri, no. The excited to be Bri. I'm excited to be Bri. The kids go Mayfair. Sharp. So the second movie starts at 1 p.m. It was a nice movie. I remember it was Brit. It was some South African comedy. Yeah, yeah, Dilanka Maponisa. Police comedy yako South Africa, whatnot. So it was a funny movie. So we're laughing and it was fine. Now the movie finished. The movie ends. And now we have to go. It's 2:30. Remember, I started at 1. So the movies took 1 hour, 1 hour. So now it's 2:30. We need to go. We go, and I look at the time. One thing about me, when I know Guti, I left without my parents or anybody older knowing where I am, I start panicking when I see time because school knocks out at 2:30. 3:30, I'm at home, you know. So 2:30, I'm still in town. So, but I'm like, okay, there's still time. So if we leave now, we'll get at home 3:30, and everything will be fine, and I'll have time to change. And even if I'm 5 minutes late home, it's fine. At least I'll be home. I can't be 2 hours late or an hour late. What was I? What was I doing? That to me, an hour. Cause I'm usually at home by 3:30 on the dot. I'm at home. Hmm. 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 So I start panicking. I'm like, Molly, it's 2:30. We should go. And then Molly's like, yeah. And then he reminds the guys, they should give us money. So the guys are like, okay, we finished all our cash while we're getting you guys food. So we need to go to our place and get the money. Tell me why. Why me? Why me? Why me? Now we have to walk to God knows where. First of all, but I'm like, okay, fine. So I console myself. It's okay, fine. At least I'll see Jozi. I'll see town. I'll see tea. So we asked them, do you live around here? It's like, yeah, we live by Hillbrook. Guys, the stories I've heard about Hillbrook before I came to town, The stories people like I would hear in the news about Hillbrook, they were not nice, and we were wearing shorts, and like I was like, "What's Hillbrook? Are you sure it's safe for us?" There's like, "No, no, it's safe. It's fine." We were like, "No, it's safe. It's fine." And we looked at each other. We looked at each other. Me and Modi, like. So, guys, I decided to cut the story short because I saw that it was taking too long. Please look up for part 2. Please do subscribe. Please do comment. I love you guys a lot. Bye.